That, of course, wasn't the only thing that came out of the game. It's a match also remembered for Scott Muller's second test, and a much publicised comment picked up on an effects microphone. Can't throw, can't bowl, the other way around. In fact, can't bowl, can't throw. Initially, it was attributed to Shane Warne. Let's remind ourselves.
Warne's consistently denied making this comment during the second test against Pakistan in Hobart. Despite an admission from cameraman Joe Privatera that he made the remarks, Federal Labor MP Mark Latham believes both are lying. Under parliamentary privilege, Mr Latham labelled the whole issue a cover-up.
It strikes me that Joe the cameraman is in fact Joe the patsy.
And for people to not believe that and go into it and think it's a cover-up, it really, it's just from outer space or something. It really is ridiculous.
You blokes were out on the field. What do you remember of it?
Well, I wasn't. I was in the commentary box in my second game, but no one heard it live. That's the first thing we've got to say. No one heard it. It was so low level that no one heard it live. Channel 10, in their panel show or whatever, wound it up and found it deep in the audio. So it was so low. What about you blokes?
No, same thing. I was blown away. When it came out the next day, I certainly didn't hear anything on the field.
Well, it just grew bigger and bigger. Look at this on Current Affair.
Appearing tonight on A Current Affair with Shane Warne, Joe admits making that can't bowl, can't throw jibe about Muller during the second test against Pakistan in Hobart.
I stand behind the camera for 6 hours during the day, filming the cricket, and it's just a comment that I was saying to another cameraman standing right next to me, and an effects mic has picked it up. I know it's upset you, mate. I apologise.
Joe's admission and on-air apology follow mutterings into a stump microphone by Muller, who seems convinced the can't bowl, can't throw jibe was made by Shane Warne.
Stick to the game, Warne.
Warne hopes this public denial will end the matter.
And he's just got in his head that it sounds like my voice. So the most disappointing thing about it is all the facts are out there. Joe has admitted that he said it, which, it's obviously been pretty tough for him as well as myself, and very tough for Scotty.
10 years on, Joe is still in the job. Let's have a look. In fact, let's get him out. Joe, come and tell us what happened. Here he goes.
Assistant.
It's Clem going to take over. Clem's done about 35 years in the job. Joe's done a mere 15 or something. Here he is, from fame. From fame. He made it to the Logies. Hi, Joey. Did it change your life?
It sure did. Yeah, it sure did.
So much so that it became a hassle?
Well, yeah, it did. It did, and at the time I hated it. I just wanted it to all die down, but yeah, it changed my life.
It got you on the Logies. Let's have a quick look at this, because this is a magic moment. Andrew Denton involved here.
It's been a big year for the panel, and I think probably the big success, the one everyone talked about, was the Joe the cameraman can't bowl, can't throw thing. I think you'd agree?
It caused a lot of talk. We were away over summer, fortunately.
Have you ever thought of the human cost of that, though? Because did you know that Joe the cameraman has since had to leave Channel 9 because of the pressure that was brought on him? Have you ever thought of that, Tom?
I wasn't aware of that, no.
Actually, I'm just kidding. He's here right now. This is Joe the cameraman. Tom Gleisner, say hello to Joe. Just Josh.
Joe admitted that it was a hassle for him. You know Scott Muller pretty well.
Yeah, and it was definitely something he struggled to deal with. That afternoon of the famous partnership, he was told in the viewing room here in Hobart that he was dropped, wasn't going to Perth. He had 7 wickets in his first 2 tests and he was going to be dropped. So, Joe, you added to another piece of misery for Scotty Muller. He took it hard. He's since now just recently come back into cricket and he's doing a pretty good job on the Gold Coast.
Joe, we can't give you the last word here, but it's good to see you and good to see you still working with us. Lang, thanks for your time. Well played all those years ago. But we'll leave the last word to Joe 10 years ago.
You have a rare opportunity tonight to address a national audience. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, yeah, there is actually.
Yeah?
I'm never, ever going to get the opportunity to do this ever again.
Sure.
So, Mr. Leckie...
Excuse me, Joe, you're a star. It's David, all right? Just David will do.
You're right, actually.
Yeah.
Davey, baby, show me the money.